and welcome back. I hope you're all doing okay. I am quickly going to get started on these because again it's quite a long video, but these are going to be my Halloween nails. So I have prepped them as usual if they were for a customer, filed the free edge and buffed over the entire surface of the nail. We have 5 kids in the house today, so if you hear any banging or noise, it is them. They are noisy. So I have cleared off all the dust. And I think there's currently children above my head on the stairs going up to the loft because it is squeaking. Base coat all of them, 60-second cure, and then I'm using Perfect White, Rose Glitz, ELECTRA, yes, ELECTRA, Spirit Guide, Born Pretty's Milky Jelly Gel in 05 because it is my all-time favourite nude, Blooming Gel and Perfect Black. I'm also going to be using some gel paints as well. So we're using the lighter of the pink, and that is going on the thumb and the middle finger. And then we're going to put Perfect White over the ring because we're going to be using a decal on that, and we need that perfect white background. We're going to use the nude on the index finger and then ELECTRA, the dark pink, on the pinky. We're doing super thin coats, curing for 60 seconds each time. We're going to do 2 coats on all of those nails, and then we are ready to start the design. Oh, I've just ordered the Madame Glam advent calendar and I'm so excited for it to come. Absolutely loved last year's and the years before, but I know that it is a little bit different this year, so I'm still excited to create something. We'll do like 12 days of Christmas instead of the 24-25. So I've used, is it Spirit Guide I've used? I can't remember. The lighter of the pinks, do a French on the index finger, the one that's got the nude. I feel like I'm definitely getting better at the nudes, quicker. Not the nudes, the French. I feel like I'm getting a lot quicker at the French. So give that another cure. I'm only going to do the 1 coat of the French colour. I've grabbed Candy's nails. We used these on the It nails that we did last Sunday, was it? So the instructions say you need a white background, a white base. The instructions do say to put this in a small bowl of water until it's ready to slide off, but I do prefer this method. Always have. Put it upside down on a jelly stamper, wet the back, wait 15 to 20 seconds, pull off the back, just slide off the back, and then you can stamp onto the white base. I usually dab my finger. Once I've pulled off the backing, I usually dab my finger over the decal to make sure there's no water left on it, but because I was wearing gloves, it wasn't soaking up any water, so I had to use a lint-free wipe and just gently dab around the decal to make sure there was no water, because otherwise it won't stick. You don't want water on your nails. So I'm going to try and get that central as I can. Just give it a little bounce and pat down the sides, and then I always base coat. Can you hear that squeaking? They're just so annoying. Base coat over the decal, give that a cure, and then I will actually take the nail off of the stand. If this is your actual nail or a client's nail, this will be easy to do as well. Just gently file those side walls to make sure that the extra overhang of the decal is removed. And then using the Perfect Black, I'm just going to fill in everywhere where there's white all around the outside of the decal. And then I noticed that there was a little bit of colour difference between my black and the black of the decal, so I just tried to get as close as possible to Ghostface's face. And then I wanted to change it up a little bit, so I grabbed a dotting tool and using ELECTRA, I want to say, the darker of the two, doing love hearts over his eyes. Absolutely love it. Love it. I saw someone do it and I was like, yes, I'm doing it. I don't know who did it though. I think lots of people have done it, to be honest. But on the index finger, we're going to add some drippy drips. The ring finger, once you've done those love hearts, I've finished, that is done. And then once I've done the drips on this finger, that one's done too. Now personally, I think these would look much better matte if they were on someone else's nails, but I always say I don't like wearing matte nails myself. So because these are mine, they're going to be glossy, which a lot of you will probably prefer, to be honest. I know a lot of people don't like the matte, let alone the feel of it, but the actual look of it. So these were going to be glossy, but because we're putting a few extra bits on, they're not just like one solid colour. There's going to be, so like on this one, for example, you've got the French, which raises up the free edge slightly, and then we're putting the drips on, that raises it even more. If you're just to top coat, you're going to have a wiggly light line. So I always like to base coat maybe 2 times, give it a buff, and then top coat. Then onto the thumb and the middle finger, they're going to be identical backgrounds. So we've put the base on of the light pink, and then I've put the light pink, the dark pink, white, and the glittery pink. So Spirit Guide, Electra, Rose Glitz, and Perfect White are going on a palette in stripes. Grab some blooming gel. Now base coat does work well for this sometimes. If you have a base coat and no blooming gel, use base coat, it's absolutely fine, but don't cure it. Grab a ombre brush, scoop up the polish that's on the palette, and then just gently float it. It's so easy and it's so quick, and it adds such a lovely design. Let it bloom for a second, just let it all spread, and then using a lint-free wipe, just gently pat the sides, press the thing up against the side at an angle, and then pull it away and swipe. And it will just prevent any wrinkling in the lamp, because obviously there's a lot of product on that nail now, and when it's sitting, letting it bloom, that's spreading down to those side walls. And then if you were just to put that straight in the lamp, there's going to be a whole lot of mess. So make sure you are removing all of that excess. You're not going to damage the design, so that's good, but you're just removing excess product. So this is what they're looking like. I love them already. So I ordered myself a new phone case for Halloween, as you do. Gotta have one for every season. But people that know me, that are close to me, know that I love Scary Movie and Scream, and I have done since I was little. So these are going to be my Halloween nails, based off of my Halloween phone case. So I've grabbed Born Pretty's Pro Painting Gel PN01, the black one. I've grabbed my favourite brush. I have wiped the sticky inhibition layer off the thumbnail, and I'm just trying, see, I was going to draw the writing and then outline it, and I thought that was just a stupid idea. Why don't we just do a thicker layer of black and then go over the top with a thin layer of the pink that we want for the writing, and then it will look like it's outlined already. I don't know why I've never thought of that before. Maybe I have, I just don't remember. Sudden case of vibro fog maybe. I should have planned it out a little bit more in regards to this word, hang. The G sticks over the edge a little bit, but I was like, you know what, I'm not doing it again. It took forever to do all these letters, but I could have just moved it over slightly. But I've still got the other hand to do, so I'll probably try and correct it a little bit on that one maybe. So once I've done each word, I will flash cure 10 to 30 seconds. This takes 60 seconds to cure, for a full cure. And it just makes sure that if I do make a really big mistake, I can wipe away the mistake, and it's not going to wipe away the stuff that's not a mistake that I've put on previously. Just gives me a little peace of mind sort of thing. So finishing the words, and I don't know if I show you all of me filling in the middle bits sort of thing, but while I still had the black out, I'm going to add a few dots, because on the phone case it's got those fancy stars that I love and some dots and stuff, so I thought may as well keep the theme. It's clearly calling out for some stars. I wanted to put some hearts on as well, but I don't really have the space, so I was gutted about that. But we've got the hearts in his eyes, so that's fine. So I'm taking Spirit Guide Doesn't look like Spirit Guide. I know it's the Electra one, isn't it? It's the darker pink. So taking the darker pink, making sure there's only a tiny bit of product on my brush, but making sure that the bristles are fully coated. I'm going to try and fill in the centre so that we've still got the black looking like an outline on each of those letters. I clearly didn't flash cure in between each word, which I think I should have done because I can see some mistakes, but definitely don't show you. I used the rose glitz over the top of this, and because there's so many layers now, it's going to be quite bulky and we're going to have a really wobbly light line. So when it comes to doing something like this, you want to do a couple of layers of base coat or encapsulate it with some soft gel or hard gel before you put a top coat on. So we are essentially on the last nail that has design detail on it, because the pinky, it's just some glitter. I'm just going to put some glitter on because it's gorgeous. I love glitter. So we're going to try and do the telephone that's on the back of the phone case. Proper retro, proper pink, love it. So I want the handset, is that what it's called? And then the base, the phone base. So I've done that in pink, and then I'm going to outline in the black. And then the buttons in particular, I wanted to do it like I did for the lettering. So I want it to have that outline. So we're going to use the dotting tool, do all of the buttons, and then once that's cured, we can go in with a smaller dotting tool with white and just go in the centre of each dot, and then you'll still have that black outline. I noticed on the phone case though it's only done 9 buttons, but you need 0 and you need hash and star. I'm sure we all had 0, hash and star. You've got to have a 0. So I put a 0. I bought in for a 0, but I didn't put the hash and star. So 4 down the centre and then 3 down each side. Just thought it looked a little bit better. I've put 2 black dots at the very top as well for where the handset goes onto the receiver to hang up. And then we're going to do the exact same thing as we do with the buttons, but with the pink, and fill those dots in to make sure that it looks like a black outline. Just so much easier than actually having to outline by hand. We've added the little cord, but it doesn't look like a cord. There was just not enough space. I kind of wish I did the phone a little bit smaller. But then we're just going to finish it off with a few more stars, and then we can move on to putting some glitter on the pinky nail. Let me know what character you want next. I've got Freddy Krueger and Hocus Pocus and Jigsaw and Michael Myers, but we're not going to have time to do all of them before Christmas. So between Hocus Pocus, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers and Jigsaw from the Saw movies, which one shall we do next Sunday? Pop it in the comments down below which one you would prefer to see, and maybe that'll be the one that will be done on Sunday. So we're going to do the last nail. Again, there's not really much design on that, it's just some glitter from Sparkle Supplies UK. Don't forget, this one is called Raspberry. So I've done a base coat, cured it, and then I'm going to sprinkle it on to the sticky inhibition layer and then rub it. Because it's such a fine glitter, it will lay nice and flat, and look at that shine. Oh my gosh. So you can save 10%, use 10%, maybe 15%. I don't know, it'll be on screen at Sparkle Supplies using my code TLNR, whatever, 10 or 15, I can't remember. 30% at Madame Glam using my code LittleNailRoom30, and 10% at Born Pretty using my code TLNR10. All the links and everything I've used will be in the description box down below anyway, along with other discount codes for other places, but we are done. I absolutely love these nails, and I'm so glad I found time to do some press-ons for myself. So once it gets to a week before Halloween, I'm going to remove the nails that I've got on, whack these on, and then it'll be Christmas. I cannot wait. And oh my gosh, I have got so many designs to show you, so many. Halloween and Christmas are my favourite times of the year by far. Yeah, so I get super excited once it gets to September. But let me know what you think of this video. I do hope you liked it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. I'd love to get to 3,000 before January. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.